I had a lot on my radar this week when it comes to the higher time frame trading, and by higher time frame I mean the hourly chart, 4-hour chart, daily chart. But spent a lot of time in the syndicate really discussing the Aussie dollar here. We did a whole video on Monday, spent about 10 minutes breaking it down, talking about what scenarios could possibly occur. Had two different entry points, and then did another video on Tuesday adding a third entry point and explaining, hey, which one may be the best, which one I'm looking to take. And that all went to the syndicate members. And if you're new, if this is your first time joining this video, the syndicate is basically a program where Jason and I show our trading ideas. I do about 2 or 3 videos a week on the higher time frames, going through patterns, going through structure-based trades. I actually really like the structure-based trades because it gives me a chance to really talk about the psychology of the market and my philosophy when it comes to structure and reading the trend, and which trade I'm gonna attack and why. But we also have the syndicate chat software for the intraday traders. So I'll put all of my live room trades in there, so trades from the 5 range bar charts, 5-minute, 15, 60, what have you. So we're kind of getting it on both ends now. It's getting a lot busier, but we've been getting good feedback. And for those who missed the 12-week transformation sign up, for those who can't afford or don't have the time to spend 3 hours a day with me in the live room, the syndicate is still just 20 bucks. So it's a great resource to have for a dirt cheap price. And like I said, Aussie was one of the pairs that we talked about the most during this week. And well, we came down to the level we projected. Let me zoom out the charts a little bit. Probably should be on a 4-hour, but this will do. We came down to the structure level we talked about here on Aussie dollar. We actually rallied up right away, and I was excited about this. I'm like, all right, this is going to be a pain-free trade. We're going to shoot right up to target 1. You can see mine are at 94.18, and we got about 3/4 of the way there, and then woke up this morning and saw that the market came all the way back down. So I just look at it as a way to give other traders a chance to get involved as well. And you can see that structure level is still holding. So hopefully we'll see another boost up. We'll be able to create some new structure highs and, well, get me some profit. Now, speaking of this move on Aussie, this downward move here, that actually helped a lot when it came to another trade I was in, which was a Cipher pattern on the New Zealand dollar. And you can see the small one here in green. And funny story, I actually forgot about this pattern. A mastermind member brought it to my attention during our live room session, and well, I did the analysis on a different workspace than my regular one. So when I was going through my charts this morning and kind of seeing what trades I was in, if I had to adjust any stops, targets, what have you, the normal before market analysis type stuff, I clicked on New Zealand dollar. My orders are up, and it was like, Akil, you're up this much. And I was just confused. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now, don't get me wrong. I was excited. It was a big, a lot of green numbers on my chart, which was good, but I could not figure out, to save my life, why I entered this trade. Luckily, that's why we have a daily journal. That's why we have a trading log. So I just went back to that and saw that I did indeed enter on the Cipher pattern. And, well, lucky me, both targets were hit. So that was kind of my good morning surprise for this morning. And I'll take it. I'll take it. But a good trade on that 2-target winner. We had another Cipher pattern on Euro Yen, actually. Euro Yen, we have another Cipher pattern. It should be in progress right now. You see I'm -10. It got filled earlier this morning, and then we spiked down a little bit, and then we basically came right back up to the entry zone. So I'm recording this video Thursday afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock or 1:50. So I'm not sure if this is still going to be at market by the time this video reaches you tonight. But if it is, this is still a valid sell on a Euro Yen Cipher pattern. We also had Euro Dollar, gave us a nice pattern, gave us a Gartley pattern here. It wasn't the smoothest looking one in the world, but something we had our eye on for about a week now, and came up, got us filled. You can see hit our 34.91 level. We had a nice little protection in the form of this 35 even handle. Rolled down, just nipped our target ones for about 70 pips here at the 382. Came all the way back up, nearly taking me out for trail stops. And well, once I get I use 2 positions, guys, target 1 and a target 2. So once my target 1 is hit, I roll my stop loss to break even, because I don't want to take a loss. I've already put money in my bank. I don't want to give any or money in my pocket. I don't want to give any bit back. So the second target is kind of like my freebie. I can get I can keep it traditional like in this scenario, or I can get a little fancy with it, which you'll see me do sometimes as well. I don't even know why are we right here. I may have to move, the second target looks a little bit wrong. Let's see. Yeah, this should be down a little bit, 74. Anyway, we came down, we hit target 1. We're coming back up, nearly got stopped out for trail stops, which would have been basically break even on the second half of my position. And hopefully we'll see a retracement down into this this second target as well. Looks like we may be putting in another pattern here on the, yeah, we're going to be putting in another Gartley pattern here, probably look at it on the 15-minute chart as well. So I'm hoping this doesn't get in the way. So if you're a trader that's taking this 15-minute potential Gartley, I'm wishing you the worst, or at least I'm wishing it doesn't retrace all the way back to stop me out for break even. Dollar CAD, this has been an interesting one. This was a pair I meant to bring up last week. I've been in it for about 2 weeks, and it's really been taking me on a roller coaster ride. I entered the trade, and I got to keep adjusting targets on this as well as we keep spiking up. So my risk reward is getting worse and worse, but that's the name of the game. This was a Gartley pattern I took about 2 weeks ago. It's been taking us for a roller coaster ride. It filled and it rolled over to about, you know, what, almost 100 pips or 70 something pips in profit. Then we came all the way back down to break even. Then we were spiking up, and then we were minus 30. Then we came back to plus 30 today, and now we're break even again. So in scenarios like this, the best thing you can do is just close down your chart. Don't look at it, and just, you know, maybe check on it once or twice a day to see if you got stopped out or see if targets were hit. But if you're watching this go up and down and up and down, then it's gonna drive you berserk, and it's really just not worth it. It's gonna drive you crazy, and the crazier you get, the easier it is to give in to those trading demons. And by trading demons, I mean the thoughts in your head that say, get out early, or just you're in profit, just take a little bit off right now, just move those targets a little bit, move those stops back, those things, the stuff that gets us in trouble. So I don't even want to look at this myself. Let's go over to the last pair I want to talk about, which was pound Aussie. Nope, not pound Aussie, I guess. Pound CAD. There we go. Pound CAD. We had a Gartley pattern completion this morning. Something that was on my radar, and what happened was we had Yellen speaking today during our US Euro session, and we had a big momentum candle go up. And this works hand in hand with a question I got after last week's video. Is, Akil, how do you handle patterns when there's a big momentum candle going towards the completion point? And my answer is I just trade them. I'm really not concerned with the momentum of the candle. We can't measure volume in the Forex market, so there's no way to tell. There's no way to really create rules of what volume level would mean a big momentum candle. And honestly, if you're going to be a pattern trader, and pattern traders, these are counter trend entries, you have to dig your feet in and just be consistent. And a lot of that comes from doing your back testing and really building that belief system. And at first, when I first became a pattern trader or a counter trend trader, I was the same way. I did not want to sell into a big green candle. I did not want to buy into a big red candle. It seemed like I should be doing the opposite. If everyone's selling, why am I trying to buy? It doesn't make sense. But once you do your back testing, once you go through hundreds and hundreds of trades, and you build that belief system that says, hey, these patterns work, this does happen, I can be profitable doing this, it's much easier to handle. So I don't personally have a rule about big momentum candles. I wouldn't know what rule to put in. I would say maybe incorporate the RSI. Maybe say, hey, if there's a candle that is 2 times the normal ATR, then I look at the RSI, and if it's RSI is overbought, if the RSI is showing divergence, then I do this. Maybe something like that, but I honestly don't know. You just have to dig your feet in and take it. And you can see if we go down to a 60-minute chart, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row, came right to our entry level at 69.12. Actually got a little bit above it by like 8 pips. That's okay. And then was rejected right away. And stuff like this, especially if this ends up being a winner to a newer trader, stuff like this builds confidence. You have confidence like, wow, this was the first time I actually kept my order in there. I didn't panic, and it rolled over and won. Maybe you'll do it again, and you build that confidence towards next time. So I apologize if I didn't provide you with an answer, but you just gotta take the pattern. The pattern is the pattern. The trade is the trade. The rule is the rule. If you are going to make any type of adjustment to it, maybe incorporate the RSI, where you see something like this, where we've got a bearish divergence going from this high to this high, which is really from this move right here all the way up to this move. Something like that you can put in. But that's it for the higher time frames. Like I told you, a busy week for trading on them. And now let's take a look at one of our live room sessions where we actually had a rather, I wouldn't call it a busy week, but a busier week than what we've had over the past two. All right, busy day in the live room this Wednesday. I'm not complaining because, well, for the last week and a half, it's been really a snooze as far as day trading go. So we had a lot on our plate today, and now let me see if I can organize this a little bit for you guys. Looks like a bunch of junk. That probably didn't make it any better, but anyway, we had 4 trades today in the live room. We had 2 on euro dollar, we had 1 on euro yen, and we had 1 on Aussie dollar, going 3 for 4. Now I'm not gonna break down all of them. We had a cipher on euro yen. I think I still have it drawn on. You can see right here, cipher on euro yen. Aussie dollar, we had, I believe it was a bat pattern. What do we have on Aussie dollar? I think we had a bat pattern here, or a Gartley pattern on Aussie dollar. Boom. But the one that stood out today was euro dollar, where we actually had 2 different setups going on. We had a Gartley pattern and a Cipher pattern. And I'm going to delete this. We actually have 2 patterns setting up again. Let's remove those drawing tools. We had 2 potential patterns setting up. We had a smaller Gartley in here. And let's do this. Let's get rid of DSRs. Let's go down to a 5-minute. Make it a lot more clearer. We had a smaller Gartley in here, looking at X to A to B, B to C, C to D. Sorry about that. C to D down here. And what happened was we got entered in this. I saw it last minute with the help of one of the traders from the live room. Got filled, and the market immediately spiked against me and stopped me out. But what happened right after that was, during the analysis of that Gartley pattern, we actually found a Cipher pattern as well. So as soon as I was stopped out that Gartley pattern, I just reloaded, retooled. I didn't get scared. I didn't, cry, complain. I took my loss like a man, took it on the chin, re-entered in a Cipher pattern, and you can see the Cipher pattern rolled over for pretty good profits. And we love seeing stuff like this in the live room because it builds confidence in the new traders. A lot of traders take a loss. They're so excited about these patterns, they want to get involved in it. They take a loss, and it's like the end of the world. It's, oh man, that hurts. I don't really want to take the next trade. I'm too depressed or too down from that first loss. And this was a great example of, hey, the pattern is the pattern. You take a loss, you've got to wipe it off. You got to keep fighting. If you get another valid pattern, even if it comes right afterwards, guess what? You've got to take it. The rules are the rules are the rules, and you got to follow it. And for those that did follow their rules and took the second Cipher pattern, they were rewarded. And that's gonna work great down the road, because the next time this occurs, and this will occur again, I can guarantee you'll be in a pattern that gets stopped out right away. Now, instead of whining and moaning, you have the confidence saying, well, the last 2 times I did this, I still took the next pattern. The second pattern ended up winning, and either it covered for my first loss, or it made up and made some for my first loss. And it's that's what you need as a trader. You need to develop consistency to be consistently profitable. But you need that confidence in your system and in your ability in order to be consistent. So it was a pretty cool lesson in that. Another thing we talked about during the room, I won't get into it a lot right now. We talked about stop losses, and it brought up a good example of the importance of why we put stop losses on. And what I told the traders was, I had my limit orders on, and this happened fast, guys. I had my limit orders on. I didn't calculate my full stops yet, but I knew the zone of where my stops would be, so I always get a stop loss on before my order is filled. And I've made this mistake in the past where I've just put a limit order on and said, I'll figure out stops later once I'm involved, and I go to the bathroom or something, or go to grab a cup of coffee, and then I come back and the market's up here, and I'm 50 pips down where I should have been stopped out for 20. So it was a great example in the room of, hey, this is why we get stop losses on, just in case the market does this insane rally. Yes, we lose, but we lose the amount that we're willing to lose. We don't, we're not down triple or quadruple times what we're supposed to lose on that single trade. So all in all, a great day in the room. Again, 3 for 4, so we made some money. Got to play the new Target 2 music. Money, 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 money. Got to play that a few times, which is always good. No comments on my fabulous singing, by the way. I know. But we'll look to have another good day in the live room tomorrow, and hopefully keep the action going, and I don't want to say make up for some of these slow days, but get back in the trading groove some more.